Swing and a miss. That one by him. Diving is Renfroe. A 3-run home run for Hunter Renfroe. And he takes strike 3. Padres and Rockies getting ready for the finale of this series on a windy day here today. 77 degrees, a beautiful day in Colorado. West breeze at 19 miles per hour. The forecast partly cloudy, lots of sunshine. And in fact, right now, not a cloud in the sky as we get it started here in Denver. Now it's time to pick the stick. Weigh in on Twitter for a chance to win $25 in free play from Shaquan Casino. Just hashtag I'm with the last name of the broadcaster you want to join forces with. If they win, you could win too on random winners selected nightly. Follow us at Fox Sports SD for more details.
Boy, look at those totals.
The totals are impressive. If you're Mark Grant, sitting at 28 right now, off to a terrific start. And you went with Carlos Chiswahe today.
I did. Swinging the bat really well. Good numbers against Marquez.
It's time now for the Padres starting 9, Andy Green's team. And it's brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Franchi Cordero back in the big leagues after 30 games last year with the Padres and in center field. Freddie Galvis at shortstop with Eric Hosmer at first base. Jose Perella is in left field. Carlos Chiswahe at second base. Hunter Renfroe in right with Corey Spangenberg at third. A.J. Ellis doing the catching with Luis Perdomo on the mound batting ninth.
On the mound for the Rockies, 23-year-old German Marquez. Kid's got a 4-seam fastball, curveball, 2-seam, changeup, occasionally a slider. He'll touch about mid-90s. He's wild in the zone and wild out of the zone, Don. So when he's in the zone, he gets hit, more hits than innings pitched, and way too many walks for the right-hander.
Well, this is as windy as it has been here since we've been here.
I'll tell you what, it's a red flag hair hat warning. If you got a hair hat, hold on to it tightly.
First pitch of the ball game is fouled back to the screen. Franchi Cordero coming back to the big leagues and swinging away here. First big league appearance of the year. And Margot going on the 10-day DL. Franchi reinstated from the DL. He was having a marvelous spring training. And he went on the DL and starts the year on the DL, ends up going to El Paso. As Cordero jumps back out of the way, had a groin injury that he sustained the last week of spring training.
He's got so many tools, and he can run, he can hit, he can field.
Asked him to play winter ball. He did more than that. He earned the MVP and Rookie of the Year honors for the Dominican Winter League after he hit .323 with a .393 on base percentage.
Don, when he was rehabbing at Petco Park, he was out early with the trainers running the bases, home to first. This kid could fly.
Close pitch there, and it's 2-2 now to Cordero.
And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I remember when we first laid eyes on Franchi Cordero. He reminds me of Gregory Polanco with the Pirates. Andy Green agrees. But this kid has got the potential to be a superstar.
German Marquez looking for his first win. Coming in at 0-1 on the year, third start for the right-hander. And a ground ball that is foul, very close down that third base line. All kinds of spin on it and almost got a part of the bag.
Looked like Marquez tried to go into Franchi there, trying to fight it off, and with the defense, Arenado at third base way off the line.
Now right on the line was Trip Gibson to make that call as Cordero fouls it back to the screen. German Marquez with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, he's got live stuff. Needs to get that consistent release point.
On the ground to second base, DJ LeMahieu. On to first for out number 1.
Let's take a look at the defense behind German Marquez. Defense for the Rockies brought to you by Cadillac. In the outfield this afternoon, left to right, Parra, Tachman, Gonzalez on the infield. Gold Glover Arenado at third. Trevor Story on the left side playing short. DJ LeMahieu, another Gold Glover at second base. Ryan McMahon, and behind the plate, San Diego own Tony Walters getting the start today.
Freddie Galvis fouls it off to the left out of play for strike 1. Freddie hitting at .350. Off to a terrific start. in a Padres uniform, a home run, 5 runs batted in. And a grounder foul outside of first.
Padre hitters, first 2 being very aggressive. Cordero swinging at the first 2 pitches. Freddie being aggressive.
Galvis 5th in the league with that .350 batting average. Rhys Hoskins of the Phillies at .375. And Galvis strikes out looking, knew it, and takes with him the first K of the day for German Marquez.
This is a breaking ball, good breaking ball. We mentioned the stuff. Yeah, Marquez has got the stuff. Can he hone it in and get that release point? Well, that one fools Galvis. Hitters have a tendency sometimes to give up on that breaking ball, and it dropped right in there for a strike.
2 down for Eric Hosmer. And a grounder up the middle, but in the shift. And retired is Hosmer to end the first inning. A 1-2-3 first for Marquez. Rockies are coming up. He's coming up in the bottom of the first inning, and Bud Black has got a different looking lineup today in this day game, final game of the series. DJ LeMahieu leading it off. Charlie Blackmon still out. Gerardo Parra in left field. Nolan Arenado at third base. Carlos Gonzalez, who came off the bench the last 2 days, is in right field with Trevor Story at short. Mike Tauchman in center. Brian McMahon at first base. Tony Walters does the catching. And German Marquez batting out of the 9 spot. And Luis Perdomo on the mound today for the Padres.
Attack the zone with all your pitches there, Luis. He's good when he's grounded. We know about the ground ball from Luis Perdomo. He can put the ball on the ground. Last season led the National League pitchers. 62% ground ball percentage.
DJ LeMahieu leading off for the second straight game for the Rockies. 277 on the year, 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. To center field, incoming is Cordero, and it played on a hop out there. Coming over from right center field, played it on the backhand, and LeMahieu on with a single to begin things here in the first.
Let's take a look at the Padres defense, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Behind Luis Perdomo, we just saw Franchi Cordero leading off today, playing center field for the injured Manuel Margot. To his right, Jose Perella in left. To his left and right, Hunter Renfroe. On the infield, Spangenberg at third, Galvis at short. Second base is Suaje. Eric Hosmer at first. A.J. Ellis behind the plate for Luis Perdomo.
Lead runner on here for the Rockies in the first, Gerardo Parra. An open stance from the left side. And a foul to the screen.
Don, I want to comment on that base hit by LeMahieu. Even though he punched it to center, it was up, but he pounded the ball inside. He tried to go inside, and I think that's the game plan for Luis this afternoon.
Tough start for Parra. 194 average so far in the young season. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball. Outfield pretty much straight away, with the third baseman Corey Spangenberg in on the grass at third. As Parra entertains any thoughts of bunting here. It's Parra now, Arenado next. The Rockies batting here in the first inning. Throw to first, and diving back safely is LeMahieu.
Oh, Luis Perdomo and the Padres might think that something could be on with the throw over to first base.
The Rockies dropping the first 2 games of the series, and have now lost 3 games in a row. Runner goes, and Parra swings, lines this down the right field line. It'll be a foul ball. Little hit and run there for the Rockies. That was almost trouble, but a foul ball. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the first key this afternoon, precise Perdomo. What do I mean by that? Well, remember we talked about the curveball. You don't want to hang the curveball. You got to set your sights. With the ground ball pitcher, he's got to be right on with the location of that sinker to be effective. And more crisp play. We've seen some good defense. We've seen some decent hitting by the Padres. Keep that up and try to get the brooms out this afternoon and sweep these rocks.
Just away, framed there by A.J. Ellis. fastball from Perdomo. Well, Luis coming off that victory against the Houston Astros last time out. 5 innings, giving up just the 1 run. Walked 3, struck out 4, and threw 97 pitches in that outing against the Astros.
AJ wants him to throw over to first base here. It's got to do wonders for a kid's confidence after you pitch against the Houston Astros at their home field. The success that Luis had to carry it over to the next start on the road.
Another check here, and again back safely is LeMahieu.
Only 1 earned run in 5 stanzas for Perdomo against the world champions.
Another ground ball pitcher, and the Padres have really done a good job of inducing ground balls. Over again. In fact, the Padres lead the majors in inducing ground balls, 157 grounders.
I love grounders.
Says the former pitcher.
Yeah, 51% ground ball rate.
Open for a grounder here. And there you go, up the middle, and that's going to find its way into center field. A well-placed grounder. LeMahieu to second base, Parra aboard, just splitting. Suaje and Galvis up the middle.
Good concentration from Parra. Perdomo going over to first base, keeping an eye on LeMahieu. And this is right over the pitcher's plate and right over second base bag for the ground ball to Cordero.
Two on, nobody out. Nolan Arenado coming up. 318 the average to start the day for the Rockies third baseman. A home run, 6 runs batted in.
Got to stick to the blueprint. Don't let those 2 base runners get to you. We know that Arenado can ground into a double play. He did it yesterday in the 9th.
A guy who can drive in runs, no doubt about that. Since 2014, leading all major league players with 460 runs batted in. Hit a home run on opening day this year. It's his only home run so far this season. A little bit low, and it's a ball and a strike. Arenado winning his 5th consecutive Gold Glove last year. First infielder in Major League history to begin his career with 5 straight Gold Glove awards.
That's amazing. It really is.
You get to see him on a regular basis. He is incredibly good.
You know, another common thing we've seen from Arenado, he will fish after that breaking ball down and away. We just saw that from Perdomo.
Good with man on. And LeMahieu at second base, Parra at first. And a foul fly down the right field line out of play. Arenado now, Carlos Gonzalez waiting on deck. Perdomo coming in with a 1-1 mark into his 3rd start of the year. Swinging a foul tip for strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Perdomo, 1 down.
That's big time pitching right there. We know the damage that Arenado can do, but speaking of damage, how about first and second, and Perdomo getting that first out? There's the slider working around it, out in front of it. 1/3 of the way there, getting out of a little mini jam here.
1 out, first and second, and Carlos Gonzalez coming up. He has come off the bench to pinch hit in the first and second games of this 3-game series, and so it's a .244 average, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. It His second home run of the season on Monday. Signed a 1-year deal. Middle of March. As he was unsigned at that point. This one fouled down the left field line and elected to come back here to the Rockies. 10th season with Colorado. One of only 5 players to play at least 10 seasons in a Rockies uniform. Runners at first and second, one down here in the bottom of the first.
Hey, speaking of guys who have signed late and still yet to be signed, remember last year there was a player that really tore it up and really helped these Rockies in the first half of the season. Where are you, Mark Reynolds?
Yeah, very good question. Thought he might end up back here, especially with the first base kind of being available here.
I thought maybe St. Louis with the first base situation. Still unsigned.
We got stuff flying all over the booth here today.
Need some paperweights. Old Glory, state of Colorado flag, heavy starch.
Just away, 2-1.
A little extra glue needed today on that hair hat if you're leaving the house, so beware.
Is down low, 3-1.
Hey Don, look at the pants of Brian Gorman, the home plate umpire behind home plate. I mean, look, it's whipping down there. Now look, now the wind stops.
It'll pick back up again.
Yeah.
Well, the good hitters count here for a good hitter. Carlos Gonzalez with a count of 3-1. 2 men on, 1 away. And a bluff off the backside, no throw. It's Mayhew at second, Parra at first. On the ground up the middle, and Aswahe will flip to second for 1, on to first. That's not in time, but a nice play. Carlos Aswahe up the middle, almost looked like he wasn't going to get there, but he does. And they get the middleman at second base in Parra.
Don, I'm right there with you. I thought this ball was ticketed for center field. Carlos Aswahe, very quick to his right. Freddie Galvis sees the play. Okay, he's going to cover the bag now. He's anticipating the throw, getting in a good throwing position. They don't get Gonzalez at first, but at least they get an out. Very nice footwork, handwork around the second base bag there to get that runner.
So 2 down, first and third, and it brings up Trevor Story. Shortstop with 3 home runs so far in the year. Good start for Perdomo here. Gets the strike over. th pitch of this first inning coming up for Luis Perdomo. Got LeMahieu at third. Gonzalez cross the diamond at first. That'll straighten him up. A pitch in at 93.
There you go, a little two-seamer down by the shins.
That's Trevor Story's feet moving.
See if he counters with a slider down and away, or he can go a two-seamer down and away, or go back inside.
Oh, hit him on a pitch in. Came back in again, but gets a piece of Story and loads the bases here for the Rockies.
That happens sometimes. You want to be aggressive with the fastball in. The two-seamer's got some movement. A.J. Ellis wants it in. It's just in too much. Now with that ground ball working for Perdomo, you got to force anywhere on the diamond.
Bases loaded, 2 down. Mike Tauchman, the batter. Tauchman 0 for 11 so far to begin the year as he takes strike 1. He started in center field. Quad problem for Charlie Blackmon. Took him out of the lineup last night just before the game. And Blackmon not back in the lineup today. So more Mike Tauchman. Start number 2 in center.
Hey, Don, I was looking at the lineup. You and I were having a discussion. Tough go around right now for the number 6 and 7 in the lineup for the Colorado Rockies today for Bud Black.
Mike Tauchman and Ryan McMahon have combined to go 0 for 24. Tauchman 0 for 11 and McMahon 0 for 13, and they're back-to-back in this lineup.
And hopefully Perdomo continues that trend.
Late swing, and it's fouled into the seats. Rockies threatening here in the bottom of the first inning. Bases filled with Rockies. 2 down in the inning. Perdomo has jumped ahead here 1-2. His 25th pitch of this first inning coming up. It's been a hard inning, but a pitch away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Little dribbler foul towards the end of the Rockies dugout.
Here's what I'm talking about, being aggressive inside. Watch this pitch from Perdomo on the lefty. You got to get that release point in there and bury it inside. Ties him up. He's trying to be quick to it, fouls it off, but still, he hits A.J. Ellis's glove. Right where he wanted to throw it.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Elevated the fastball at 95 miles an hour. Picks up his second K and gets out of the bases loaded jam. Nicely done by Luis Perdomo. Scoreless after 1.
Night to get checked out. He's got some bruised ribs, and obviously it was very flush where he got hit yesterday, and he'll be going on the DL for us. The hope is like it's 4 or 5 days to start feeling a little bit better, and then start getting some swings in and get ready to go. Tough blow yesterday, but saw him last night. He was in good spirits, laughing wasn't hurting him, smiling like he always does. He should be good to go hopefully in 10 days.
That's Andy Green giving the medical update on Manny Margot, who took a Scott Oberg fastball in the ribs last night. As Andy explained, the good news is no broken ribs. They expect him to be fully back and functional in 4 to 5 days. And in case there's any thought that maybe it was done on purpose, absolutely not. As soon as it happened, Oberg came over to Glenn Hoffman and apologized, and then later after the game also texted Manny Margot to say that he was sorry, so don't look for any revenge today, guys. In the meantime, Franchi Cordero up. He was expected to be called up tomorrow, so he gets up here 24 hours earlier, and hopefully we see Manny in 10 days, guys.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. That was a very scary thing here last night. Jose Perella leading it off and lining this one over the head of Glenn Hoffman in the third base coach's box area. You know what I just noticed, Mud?
What's that?
There are no third base coach box or first base coach box here.
You know what? That's a very good observation on your part. And
it's a grounder back to the mound. Marquez will run a bit and flips to first for the out. 1 down here in the second. Well, Carlos Asuaje taking on Herman Marquez today. Brought to you by AARP.
this is why I picked Carlos Asuaje and picked the stick today.
Aha.
Sweet one. He's got some good numbers against Marquez.
Yes, he does. I now see the reason.
Yeah.
1 down in the second, and Suaje's first AB of the day.
And Marquez flips up a curveball there at 77 for a called strike and doesn't want to give him the early fastball. Maybe try to sneak one by him here. Well, going off speed again.
On the ground, softly hit towards LeMahieu. Suaje is out number 2 here in the second inning.
But regarding the coach's box, you know what, Don? I would not have noticed that until you just mentioned it.
Well, I said that it was up over his head in the third base coach's box, and I looked down and saw no box. There is no box. Or it's just very light.
Yeah. Because usually this should be like.
Yeah, like a box.
Yeah.
And there's none on the first base side either.
Right.
Hunter Renfroe. Inning here with 2 down in the second inning. 4 ground ball out so far for Marquez.
Oh, really?
Inside. Hunter gets hit.
Man.
Paul Navarro, the trainer, out there to check on him. Trying to stretch out that hand, it looks like. Ooh, right off the back of the hand, looked like. Ooh, wrist or hand? Both. Wrist and hand, maybe. Well, he's all right for now. Going to stay in the game, going down to first base. First batter to reach for the Padres. Andy Green has seen too much of this lately.
Got that right.
So Renfroe gains his lead at first, held on by Ryan McMahon.
You know, you got to pitch inside. There's no doubt about that, and it's been evident this road trip. But still, the thing that frustrates me is that when a catcher sets up inside, that's fine. Like, throw it to the belt buckle. You saw the target of Tony Walters. It was like below the belt buckle, right? It's buried in there, but. And as a pitcher, you got to learn how to control that. If you're going to miss, yeah, you're going to miss sometimes up and in. But man, that really stinks when you start going up around the hands, the neck, the head.
Spansburg getting the start at third base today. 2 homers, 3 runs batted in for him, .231 average. For Spansburg, a .538 slugging percentage in his first 10 games of the year. Highest he's ever had to start a season. Home road splits have been kind of a big deal for him. 154 on the road, 308 at home so far. But he loves hitting here at Coors. Grounds it foul outside of first. German Marquez retired the first 5 Padres he faced in the game for hitting Hunter Renfroe. Now a grounder right side. LeMahieu will go to second. The easy way to get the force out and to end the inning. Inning and a half done without a score from Denver.
When he's the aggressor and his ball's sinking, he can get a lot of quick outs. And the big thing for him last outing was they were kind of hanging in there for a while and getting some long at bats, and the competitor and him ended up out-competing them, I thought. So I think that's huge for him because, we want those quick outs, but if the at-bats drag on a little bit, we need him to out-compete those guys.
That's Austin Hedges talking about Luis Perdomo, who threw the ball very well in his last outing. And I think one of the key things there, guys, is Austin talking about the long at-bats. Yeah, you want to get quick outs, but Luis did a great job of sticking with those long at-bats, continuing to make pitches. We saw that in the first inning. Another thing to keep an eye on, first pitch strikes. When he gets ahead 0-1, the on-base percentage 250. When he falls behind 1-0, it goes up to 647, guys. He has to stay aggressive.
Now here on a 2-0 pitch, Ryan McMahon gets his first hit of the year back up the middle into center field. Have been 0 for 13, but a single here. And lead runner on for the second straight inning here now for Colorado.
This is very impressive. Where this pitch was and where Ryan McMahon hit that baseball. That ball, watch where this pitch is. Down and in, off the plate, and he somehow fights that ball up the center of the diamond in between Asuaje and Galvis for the base hit.
So McMahon at first and Tony Walters coming up. On the ground towards short, Galvis will flip to second for 1, on to first for 2. Double play, nicely turned by the Padres. Galvis to Asuaje on to Hosmer, 2 down.
Is there anything better than when you give up a single, first pitch swinging, and you get a grounder and you let your middle infielders work for you? Galvis, Asuaje, Hosmer, it's got a good ring to it. And the ground balls continue coming out of the hand of Luis Perdomo.
2 down here in the second, and German Marquez. 1 for 3 so far as a hitter this year. The Rockies pitcher. 167 in his career. 3rd year in the big leagues.
Well, there's no guaranteed outs, but also with that double play, you got the number 9 spot, the pitcher. You shut him down here. You go back in. Don't have to flip that lineup over. Hopefully you can make quick work of Marquez.
Third start of the year for Luis Perdomo, coming in individually at 1-1. He was up at 2-2 on that foul ball off to the right. Line to left field, and that's in for a base hit in front of Perella. Solid contact there for Marquez. Fourth hit for the Rockies, and a 2-out base hit for the pitcher. Time for the Kia drive to success. DJ LeMahieu coming up. Most hits by a second baseman since 2013. He's got 810 of them. 5th in that category. Jose Altuve over 1,000. 1,039 since 2013.
You look at the consistency of those hitters. They are disciplined at the plate. They know the strike zone. They use the whole field. And as I mentioned regarding Marquez, no guaranteed outs in this game. You got to pitch a number 9 hitter, a pitcher, just like you have to pitch a number 3 or 4 hitter.
Through the left side into left field, a base hit for LeMahieu. Up to second is Marquez, and all of a sudden, the Rockies have something going here with 2 down in the second inning.
This is a hanging breaking ball, it looks like, and he tops it. One hopper seed through the left side. Just lucky he didn't get that one elevated.
2 on, 2 down, and Gerardo Parra coming up. He singled into center field in the first inning. Already 1 for 1 in this game. To center field, Frenchie Cordero coming in now to make the catch on the sinking liner that ends the inning. The Rockies strand a pair, scoreless through 2. As we head to the top half of the 3rd inning, it's time now to take a look at our hashtag Buzz the Booth question of the day. What is the one game you'll always remember calling? Mark, what is one out you will always remember getting?
You go first.
That's easy for me. 5 years ago, 2013, after the marathon bombing in Boston, the first game back at Fenway Park, the first gathering of any kind really after the bombing took place. A very emotional day. A lot of the victims were there that day, and Daniel Nava hit a key home run at Fenway Park in the 8th inning against the Royals to put the Red Sox on top, and it was a very emotional day that day. I have to say that's the most memorable game I've ever done at a venue. It was more about stuff off the field than on.
I think that was emotional for everybody in baseball.
Yeah.
Mine was 1989 batting race between Will Clark and Tony Gwynn.
Yep.
I got in the game the night before the Saturday night game, got a chance to pitch to Will Clark. I got lucky and struck him out, and I always remember when watching Tony after that, I kind of peered out to right field, and I was looking in that direction, and Tony kind of gave the old kind of just the hand to the cap. Yeah. And it kind of made me feel good, and Tony eventually won the batting title the next day. He went 3 for 4, I believe, and just beat out Will Clark for the batting title. So that was kind of satisfying.
That's cool. A reminder, fans, you can send us your video question. Use the hashtag BuzzTheBoothSD. We'll answer it during an upcoming broadcast for you. That's hashtag BuzzTheBoothSD, and this is how you can do it. You know how to hashtag stuff, right, Mon?
Yeah, I need a new photo, by the way.
What's up with what's the problem with the photo?
Not a fan.
Looks a lot like you. What is it that doesn't look like you?
The extra chin.
Oh. This is lined by the diving first baseman Ryan McMahon, and Mr. Triple Luis Perdomo will settle for a single this time. That is a first hit for the Padres of the day. Both pitchers have got hits in this game.
This on the inside part of the plate. And with the way that they're playing, even off the bag at first base, McMahon cannot get that one even by diving. Hit sharply through the right side.
Best athletes on the field,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, no question about it.
Smartest. 1 out, 1 on, Franchy Cordero.
Everybody can learn something from a pitcher.
Franchy in his return to the majors, played 30 games last year for the Padres. Grounded out to second base in the first inning.
How sweet would it be for Franchy Cordero to go yard today? Back in the lineup.
He looked like a different guy in spring training to me. I mean, he was flying around. And it really looked like the winter ball experience where, again, he was MVP of the Dominican Winter Ball League. And
that's a good league, too.
Yes, it is. A lot of talent.
You know, that's their big league season down there. Because all the regulars, it's winter ball, it's the offseason. That's when their stud star players play. You know, they do have the summer league down there, but their winter league, that's their big league season. Have you been to the DR?
I have, yeah.
I want to go back. It's so cool. Went there, played winter ball one year when I was 20. San Pedro de Macorís, land of the shortstops. A lot of shortstops came from that small little town.
There is strike 3, and Cordero strikes out. Third strikeout for Marquez. And there are 2 outs here in the third inning. Time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
I love trivia.
Today's question: last time the Padres swept the Rockies at Coors Field, it was a 3-game series from September the 19th to the 21st in 2011. Name one of the 3 pitchers who earned a win during that sweep. Do you remember?
2011?
Yes. Two down, Perdomo at first and Freddie Galvis.
I've got an idea, but I'm going to not share it yet.
Okay. Center fielder Mike Tachman over towards left center for Galvis to go the other way. Swing and a miss, and Marquez will strike him out, and they got to throw him out, and they do. 4 strikeouts for Marquez, scoreless after 2.5 from Denver. Time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. Last time Padres swept the Rockies here at Coors Field, a 3-game series in September of 2011. Can you name one of the 3 pitchers who earned the win during that series? Corey Lupke, Matt Latos, and Anthony Bass. Do you know any of those people? You recognize any of those people?
You know what? I would have been 0 for 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I wonder if there are any bass in that little pond right there.
I think there's some rainbow trout that live out there.
That's beautiful.
In the forest here at Denver's Coors Field.
That's good bass.
Luis Perdomo back on the hill. 38 pitches through the first 2 innings. And Nolan Arenado leading it off. That one thrown behind him. Arenado's going after him. And now we're going to fight at Coors Field. Padres have been hit the entire series. And Perdomo throws behind Arenado, and it's on. You sort of had to figure this may happen. Maybe not so much after the Margot last night, but the Renfroe today.
Yeah, got that right.
Arenado has been pulled out of the pile. And he and A.J. Ellis are now trying to get at each other. Now, if you think about it, if you're going to throw at one of the Rockies,
sure,
you would pick probably Nolan Arenado.
Mark McGuire's in his face.
Right in his face.
You know, I've always been a big proponent that if you're going to throw inside, learn how to manipulate the baseball and throw and hit your target. When you start going up around the neck and the head and the hand area, that could get really, really dicey.
Things are picking up now. Just when they started to die down, A.J. Ellis came around from the back. The pile started to move. The Arenado-McGuire conversation was taking place, and then all of a sudden, things heated up in the back. We've got a lot of baseball left here today. We're in the midst of the third inning. Arenado is still hot. I've got him back down to the dugout, and it looks like this will break up here. And we'll see what kind of ejections we have here coming up.
AJ looks rattled. AJ really looks rattled. Actually, he was on the ground for a while, AJ Ellis.
Perdomo threw the glove at him as Arenado was about to arrive at the base of the hill. He eluded the glove, but then went after Perdomo, and A.J. Ellis tried to cut him off before he got there. Did he connect with that right?
Looked like it was grazing blow there. They've got a little piece of him.
There's A.J. Ellis on the side there, I saw. And there is
Josh Johnson was getting in the mix as well.
Yes, he
One
was.
of the coaches, yes. And then this is where Mark McGuire talked with Mike Redman. And then Mark McGuire got into the face of Nolan Arenado.
umpires together here trying to figure out who is going to get tossed from this game. Again, the umpires, if they think it was intentional, do not have to hand out warnings. They could eject Perdomo immediately.
Yes.
And that's what they're trying to figure out here.
Well, I'm guessing Arenado's automatic, right?
For charging the mound. This was the second part of this when things had calmed down. Then all of a sudden, the back of the pile heated up again. And Buddy Bauman being pulled out of the pile. Andy Green being apprised of the situation here. All right, so this is what predates this situation here this afternoon. Last night, of course, Manuel Margot hit by a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in the ribs. Ended up at the hospital last night and bruised ribs and on the DL. Today, Hunter Renfroe is hit on the back of the hand, part of the wrist and the hand. And it leads to retaliation by Luis Perdomo and the Padres.
And I got no problem with sending a message like they just did.
So now the umpires are breaking up. They're going to talk to each manager. Here comes Bud Black out of the Rockies dugout. They're letting Andy Green know what they're doing here. Brian Gorman, the crew chief. And it doesn't look like Andy agrees with the decision here, whatever it is.
But like you said, Don, right, that's the umpire's discretion.
Yes.
Without having to issue a warning.
Right. They now have the ability to eject you if they feel that that was intentional. And I don't think there's any way it's not.
I'd have to agree with you.
A.J. Ellis may have been tossed from this game. He's starting towards the dugout. So he may be gone.
You know, A.J., like a lot of catchers, they're trying to protect their pitcher. They're trying to go out there and get in the middle and try to separate the two.
This was the pitch that started the brawl here in Denver. Right
It missed him, right?
Arenado. Yes, it did. It did. Arenado went right out there. Bud Black still doing a lot of the talking out there, the 4 umpires.
And AJ's, he's in the scrum trying to separate him.
Perdomo's walking off the field. He has been ejected also. So the entire battery here for the Padres is going to be gone. So 2 Padres, 1 Rocky, I guess.
So far as I would have to say, Arenado, Ellis, Perdomo.
Austin Hedges has come out now with his full gear on, and there goes Ellis.
I'm wondering if they're talking about, I mean, you know, if AJ Ellis has gotten ejected for what, trying to protect and trying to separate, there was so much going on. I don't know what warranted ejecting AJ. Maybe they're talking about, are there other Rockies that were in that scrum that were throwing punches or doing whatever to warrant them being thrown out of the game?
So that'll be the day for Perdomo. Buddy Bauman is coming in from the bullpen. He'll be given as long as he needs. Obviously was not warming in the pen, and he was part of it as well, but he is coming in here. Looks like he will be taking over for Perdomo.
And we're going to have to see a pinch hitter for Arenado, right? Because it was just ball 1, right?
As far as we know, and as far as we know, he is out of this game, and apparently he has just gone down the runway in the Rockies dugout, so he has been ejected as well. Don't know if there are any other Rockies who have been tossed, and or any other coaches that were tossed, because there were a few that were pretty animated.
There was a lot going on down there.
So Andy Green headed back to the dugout here. I thought he's got more to say or more to ask about. And as he heads back over, the 4-man crew still talking out there, and Andy will say something. But almost still sitting in the dugout. Well, Nolan Arenado was the first batter of this bottom of the 3rd inning. And on that first pitch, thrown in behind him.
All I know, as we look at Luis Perdomo there, the stock just went up with that kid.
And they're letting him know he's got to go to the clubhouse, cannot hang out in the dugout. Andy Green letting him know. And we set it off here to the dugout and the clubhouse. This was it. First pitch of the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll see here if Arenado made contact with the right. I think he mainly missed. Perdomo was in that pile though, and then on the ground, I think. So hard to see.
It really
but
is.
There are some on the ground there. Marquez in there as well, starting pitcher for the Rockies.
You know, that's one of those to where you got to watch that video maybe 15, 20 times and focus on one certain area. And here's the glancing blow, just the right forearm over the head of Luis.
You don't want to end up on the ground of that pile.
No.
A lot of cleats.
A lot of cleats. Chance to separate a shoulder.
Well, here we go. Buddy Bauman into the game now. And his first pitch is grounded towards third base. Going on the run in the dirt, and Hosmer can't make the play on the other side. Ian Desmond coming on to take over for Arenado. And he grounds one to third, and the errant throw from Corey Spangenberg.
Let's see if Corey had a little bit more time, because he threw this one on the run. Yeah, it looked like he had more time. Had a time to gather himself and maybe a little crow hop.
Error charge to Spangenberg. On the throw has Ian Desmond at first base. And Carlos Gonzalez coming up. Now there's action in the Rockies pen. Wonder if is it possible that Marquez got tossed? That's Sensatella warming in the pen. Soft toss to first, and Desmond back to the bag. I mean, there'd be no other explanation to replace the starting pitcher.
Who knows what went on down in that scrum?
Yeah,
there are so many possibilities.
That's true. Over again, and back is Desmond.
I mean, Marquez was throwing the ball well.
Outside. Buddy Bauman just back with the Padres. Last year got into 23 games. Runner goes, pitch swung on a miss, throw down, it's going to be close and not in time. Stolen base for Ian Desmond. See if the Padres are going to challenge here.
Oh, that was a nice quick release by Austin Hedges behind home plate. It was a pitch that was up in a little bit. There's the swing and miss.
Spangenberg covering with his shift on.
Ooh, he might have gotten him on the left hip there. Kind of tough to tell.
They are going to challenge. Padres challenge the call at second base, which was safe. They're looking to get it overturned here. And I think Spangenberg may have gotten the tag on there first.
I think you're right.
So we'll see. All kinds of stuff blowing around here in the ballpark today. Quite a breeze. Another look here on the tag.
Does he get him on?
Can't really see there.
I think if it's a little bit more aggressive with the tag, maybe they get him.
And is there enough to overturn it? That's the question. got another look.
Looked like he may have whiffed, huh?
Might have. We'll see. Again, it's got to be convincing enough to overturn it.
Yeah, he may have whiffed.
Okay, we have the ejections. They have announced the ejections. Well, let's wait here and see what they're going to do on the challenge. Still safe. Padres lose their challenge. Desmond steals second base. So there are more Rockies than there are Padres. Perdomo and Ellis, the battery for the Padres, ejected as we had anticipated. Arenado ejected as we anticipated. Marquez, the starting pitcher for the Rockies, ejected, and Gerardo Parra was ejected. I did not see what he did. There's a ground ball off the bat of Gonzalez into center field. Desmond being waved around. Here comes the throw from Cordero. It's cut off. And the Rockies have taken the 1-0 lead.
So the stolen base paying dividends, paying off for Colorado as lefty on lefty here. Gonzalez. And Buddy Bauman misses with the pitch there on the inside part of the play. He wanted to go down and away. Secondary lead. He is off and running. And with the way the outfielders play here and a good jump at second base, no chance of getting the cutoff by Hosmer. Trying to throw behind the runner at first base. Gonzalez, he is back safely.
So 1-0 Rockies, and here is Trevor Story now. Rounds it down the third baseline foul. So again, 2 ejections for the Padres, Perdomo and Ellis. Arenado, Marquez, and Parra ejected for the Rockies.
You know, that one replay we looked at of the scrum, it looked like Parra was getting a little aggressive in there.
On a strike here to Trevor Story. Hosmer holding on. Gonzalez at first base. That's ball 2. Buddy Bauman called up from El Paso. And 2 appearances in El Paso, 1 inning and a third. Didn't give up a hit in his appearances. 30 years of age and joined the Major League Club last year, July 22nd. Ended up with 2 different stints in the big leagues last year for the Padres.
I really like what Buddy Bauman has to offer. You know, he hides the ball well. He's kind of got that funky delivery. He's not afraid to throw strikes.
Old opponents in 20 of 23 innings scoreless last year.
He's not afraid. He's not afraid to pound the zone. And once again, it's not electric stuff, but he knows how to pitch with what he's got.
Payoff pitch to Story. And it's fouled off. We'll do it again. Here's the defense for the Padres with the new battery. You got Bauman in the game, and you got Hedges doing the catching with Ellis and Perdomo ejected. Ball 4, and Bauman loses him. First walk allowed by Padres pitching today.
Visibly upset, Buddy Bauman. As soon as that ball left his hand, it was off the mark. Time to regroup.
Tachman coming up. Tachman struck out swinging in the first inning, 0 for 1. That was against Luis Perdomo. Perdomo ended up going 2+ innings. Giving up 5 hits. Was charged with no runs. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 2. And ended up throwing 39 pitches. His 39th, the most controversial of his outing. Tachman gets a bunt down. And going to first base, going to be Spangenberg in time with Asuaje covering the bag at first. Sacrifice is complete. Gonzalez to third, Story to second now with 1 out in the inning.
All perfectly executed by Tachman, even with Spangenberg in. Well, that ball looked like it was up against the lip of the grass there. Nice recovery by Corey there. Nice smooth transition on the transfer to get that out.
Second and third, 1 out, and Ryan McMahon. Big relief for McMahon. Last time up, got his first hit of the year after starting the season 0 for 13, single to center field. Battling back here, 1-2.
Well, we have seen some very nice relief work out of the Padres bullpen recently, just not this early. So, Buddy Baumann, sure, you've got some work to do.
Here he is in the third inning. They need some outs.
And once again, out in the bullpen, the ruckus, and then,
Swinging a foul tip for strike 3. Oh no, he didn't hold on to it. He dropped it. So hangs here at 2-2, staying alive.
So you've got to get into that mindset quickly for Buddy Baumann. After what happened on the field, the ejection, he gets as much time as he wants to warm up, to get hot. It's not like you've got time when the phone rings and you're warming up in the bullpen.
Full count now, 3-2 to Ryan McMahon with runners at second and third, 1 out, a run in. Rockies have struck first. Ball 4, and he loses him to load the bases. Second walk allowed by Baumann. So bases filled with Rockies, 1 down, and Tony Walters coming up. Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, heading out to the mound.
Well, it'll be lefty on lefty. Maybe a little refresher course from Darren with Walters coming up to the plate. This seems to be, looking at the actions from Darren, kind of a little bit of pep talk, because the last 2 times with those walks, very, very frustrated Buddy Baumann. Think of the situation at hand, pitch by pitch here. That's part of being a reliever, being part of a pitcher. Forgetting about what just happened, you're 1 pitch from getting a double play and getting out of this.
Adam Simber is warming in the pen. Baumann's thrown 22 pitches of relief since coming into this game. And a jam here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Tony Walters fouls it back to the screen for strike 1. Grounded into a double play in the second inning. Saw a lot of Bauman during the spring. Got into 10 games during spring training. So virtually a third of the games played during the spring. Opponent's hitting at just 206 against him. Jumps ahead of Walters, 1-2.
See how Buddy kind of short arms the ball, kind of hides the ball, gets up on you quickly. And what I mean by short arm is like he kind of doesn't have a good full arm swing, enabling the hitter to see the ball a long time. Kind of short arms it behind him, brings it up back behind that cap of his, and then bang, it's out in front. Kind of a drop and drive delivery as well, too. He lowers his body on that back knee, breaks down on that back knee a little bit. There's some deception in that delivery.
Foul back to our left, and it hangs at 2-2.
Mentioned before, Tony Walters, Rancho Buena Vista High School, the same as Dave Roberts, manager for the Dodgers. His dad Kelly, his mom Debbie, and Grandpa John, they watch all the time on Fox Sports San Diego when the Rockies are playing here against the Padres.
Lined into center field, a base hit. From third comes Gonzalez. Story being waved around. It got by Cordero in center. 3 runs in so far, and going to third base is Walters. Rockies take a 4-0 lead. Got through Cordero and all the way back in center field.
Walters does a nice job of that pitch up and away. Now this ball snakes on Cordero. Looks like he just came up with his glove. Let's see. Big hop. Yep, he came up on it. Everybody's off and running.
3-run score on the play. It's a single and error on the center fielder Cordero. 2 RBIs on the play, and that's the end of the day for Buddy Bauman. Rockies have a 4-0 lead. Pitching change from Denver. Welcome back to the Rocky Mountains and Denver, where the Padres and Rockies are in the midst of Game 3 of a 3-game series. Padres have already won this series, but the Rockies on top here 4-0. And Adam Simber, the new pitcher for San Diego. Pat Valleca pinch hitting here. Infield in all the way around with Walters at third base, and a pop-up foul back and out of play.
Well, a different look for these Rocky hitters. We saw Adam Simber last night in the 8th inning, a third of an inning, zeros all the way across on his line. Pitching uphill a little bit. Now his 7th game. Nice ERA of 1.8 and good splits as well.
Valleca fouls it off.
Yeah, when Adam Simber is on his game, you're not going to see good hacks from these hitters.
One for 21 is Pat Valleca. Out of the gate, made a start at first base in this series. Coming off the bench, and will line one foul. Tony Walters 90 feet away. Padres have made 2 big errors in this inning. They got it started. Ian Desmond reaching on the throwing error by Spansberg that began the inning and started all this. And 3-run score on the error committed by Cordero in center. This one fouled back to the screen. to left and in for a base hit. From third base comes Walters, and it's 5-0 Rockies. Pat Vallejo with a pinch hit single drives in a run.
Wants it down and away. It is down and away. And you know what? Vallejo went down and got that one. That was a sweeping breaking ball. If taken, definitely a ball. And showing some serious plate coverage off the plate, pulling that one for the RBI.
And the top of the order, DJ LeMahieu. Grounds one towards second base. Aswahe will flip to second for one. A bobble there. They get the out, but on the transfer, that's where Galvis dropped the baseball. So 4-6 on the putout of Vallejo at second base, but the inning continues.
Let's check out the feed from Aswahe. It was a perfect feed. Just couldn't find the handle. Maybe a little bit too quick on that transfer.
We're going to have another pinch hitter coming up here. Tyler Anderson, the pitcher, is coming up here to hit. This is the spot of Parra, who had been ejected, one of the 3 Rockies ejected in the tussle on the field. So Bud Black having to do some interesting things here, but he's got a 5-0 lead to work with.
Well, it goes to show you Charlie Blackmon, right? He's still nursing that injury of his.
Yep, he's a no-go.
That looks he's a no-go, yeah. So now you got Blackmon, who's out, and then the catcher, Chris Arenado. Desmond.
Blackmon looks like he's ready to go.
Desmond's in the game. He pinch hit to lead off this inning. So Arenado and Blackmon, the only players left on the bench for Bud Black. And it looks like Blackman's on the shelf.
Big lead at first base and a pitch up and away. Looks like LeMahieu is going to be taken off there. Rockies trying to keep the pressure on here. On top 5-0. He's been a 5-run bottom of the third inning. This altercation has ignited their offense. It's been kept pretty quiet by the Padres in the series. Adam Simber, third arm on. And that'll end the inning on the strikeout of Anderson. Well, the bench is empty here in Denver today. 5 ejections after Luis Perdomo throws behind Arenado. It was on. Rockies score 5 times now and lead it 5-0.
Top of the 4th from Denver, the Rockies lead the Padres 5-0. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
5-0 Rockies on top as they have a new pitcher, Antonio Senzatella. He is into the game now for the Rockies after German Marquez was ejected.
Well, we know how quickly runs can be scored here in Denver. Enter Senzatella, the right-hander, his 4th game, a high ERA. And righties are really doing a job on him. 444. Lefties only hitting 100.
Eric Hosmer leading it off here in the 4th inning. Grounded out to shortstop in the first, 0 for 1. So Marquez went 3 innings giving up a hit, no runs. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 4, and you're right, he was pitching very well. One thing I did notice about Marquez when he arrived on the scene with the towel that he had wrapped around his arm, he kind of fired it into the pile. I don't know if it was at anybody, but the umpire, one of them saw it. And he is ejected from this game too. One of the 3 Rockies.
Well, what's done is done. Pat Valleca now at third base, and you've got a couple of important players for the Rockies offensively out of the game, as Ian Desmond will go into play left field when he pinched hit.
Parra and Arenado ejected. The other two besides Marquez. Padres battery ejected. Luis Perdomo and A.J. Ellis. Some tough defense for the Padres in the bottom of the third. 2 of the 5 runs are unearned. Strike 3 as Hosmer strikes out for the first out of the 4th inning.
Senzatella's got a big arm. He can go up the ladder. You see that one at 96. We saw him as a starter last year. Early in the season did really, really well. Now in the bullpen. Maybe Bud Black's thinking, maybe an inning here and an inning there will work to the advantage. We saw him on Monday in game 1 inning. We're leaving John Gray.
So Buddy Byman charged with 5 runs, 2 were earned. On the corner, 1-1. Senzatella, of course, starting games last year for the Rockies. Stretched out during the spring, so I imagine he'd go a while here, and that's what Bud Black needs.
Yep. That one guy who could be the swing guy,
Right.
an emergency start, the guy who can go multiple innings.
Perella reaches out, fouls it off to the right, out of play. And strikeout for Senzatella to begin the inning. The 5th strikeout of the ball game for Rockies pitching. Chops softly. Third base side of the mound, and no play. Reaching at first base will be Perella. Off the glove there of Senzatella coming off the mound, and by the time Valleca arrived, third baseman, nothing he could do. So Perella reaching at first base on the infield hit.
Senzatella falling off to the first base side. No chance.
1 out, 1 on. Carlos Suaje coming up. Grounded out to DJ LeMahieu at second base in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1. One for 10 in the series is Suaje. 217 average on the year. Padres with work to do, trailing the Rockies 5-0 here in the 4th inning. High strike call. Right at the top of the zone.
Yeah, it's tough to get on top of that high fastball from Senzatella at 96. Get a lot of pop-ups. A little cut fastball looks like at 93. That ball had a little cut right at the end.
And it was up.
Yep.
One out, 1 on with Perella at first base. Senzatella asked for time. Second base umpire Adrian Johnson. Swing and a miss. Everything was up to Suaje, and he chases that one at 94. Second strikeout for Senzatella. Hunter Renfroe coming up. He was hit on the back of the hand there, wrist area. And then later on, this reaction from the Padres. The ejection of both Perdomo, Ellis, and Arenado. The 3 there immediately involved. On the ground up the middle, LeMahieu at second base to second for the fourth shot that will end the inning. Through 3.5 from Denver, 5-0 Rockies.
Let's talk about Hunter Renfroe. We talk about defense, right? Off the right-handed bat of DJ LeMahieu. Look where he's playing. That's the LeMahieu shift. This is last night, a long way to run. Times his leap perfectly to take the bat out of the hand and help his pitcher with that nice snag in right field. Tools of the trade. Little defense from Hunter Renfroe.
Now it's on here to the bottom of the fourth inning. Ian Desmond leading it off. The Rockies sent 9 men to the plate in the third inning and scored 5 times. Simber, the final 2 outs of the third, back out there to begin the inning. Held on to by Hedges for strike 3. Nice play there by Austin.
Yeah, that's one of those plays where you can't practice, right? It's just kind of luck of the draw. The ball finds your glove into the pocket and you hang on. Ooh, almost popped out. Yeah, hit glove first, then you can use your chest protector. If that ball is tipped off the chest protector first, then the glove, no. Foul ball. It's got to hit the glove first.
That's what Bud Black's, I think, is arguing here.
No, that's a legal catch because it hit his ball, it hit his glove first.
So Bud back to the dugout.
Hey, foul tip, Don? I'm the catcher, right? Foul tip comes here, hits the chest protector on the carry, catches it. Foul ball. Foul ball off the bat, hits the glove first, off the mask maybe, and then shoulder and the catch. That's a catch. That's an out.
I like when you do instructionals like that. I like that. I learn things.
Thanks.
Carlos Gonzalez batting with 1 out. Base is empty. They shift on him. And check swing didn't go. Well, Ryan Spielberg's coming over here in between innings trying to start stuff. An announcer's fight.
Yeah, and we sent him on his way.
Yeah, beat it.
He got the message really quickly. Beat it, Spilly. Tell your story walking.
I like our chances against Spielberg's in Houston. Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Drew Goodman, really?
Yeah. Nice glasses. 3-0 is in there for a strike 3-1.
Those guys are a barrel of laughs.
3-1 pitch is ball 4 and down to first goes Gonzalez. Well, again, the ejections in this game for the Padres, Perdomo and Ellis, pitcher and catcher. Arenado charged the mound, ejected. Parra ejected. And Marquez, the Rockies starting pitcher who came from the dugout to be part of the fracas on the field, was ejected. So 3 Rockies, 2 Padres. And we play on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A runner at first and 1 down.
What's another word you like? Fracas. I like rhubarb.
Donnybrook?
That's
kind of a hockey term, though, really.
I got Jerry Springer show.
Aren't you the guy that hosts that now? Steve, whatever?
Steve Wilkos?
I thought you did that show. Throw to first, and back is Gonzalez. Simber's thrown 20 pitches since coming into the game. Rattled foul off to the right out of play and down to 1 knee for Trevor Story. It's been on twice, hit by a pitch and a walk, scored a run. Outfield playing for Story to go the other way. Foul fly down the right field line, out of play. To right field, Renfroe coming in to make the catch. He'll fire to first base, trying to get a double play, but that one nicely picked by Hosmer and foul ground. The throw offline.
Oh yeah, the word travels quickly about the arm. We saw it the other night. Arenado was on third base, fly ball. He was not going to go on the arm of Hunter Renfroe, so therefore first base, the play's right in front of you. You've got to scamper back. Carlos Gonzalez is halfway and is like, uh-oh, I got to get back quickly.
So 2 down, Gonzalez at first, and Mike Tauchman will take strike 1. Fouled off to the left, 0-2. So Buddy Bauman was charged with the 5 runs, only 2 were earned, working a third of an inning. Throw over, and back is Gonzalez, kind of flopped onto the bag.
Battle Royale.
Rumble.
Skirmish. Ruckus.
I use that one. How about a dust up?
That's a good one. Melee.
I like melee.
Scrap. Scrap. Scrap's out like a minor league hockey term.
I feel like that's kind of a one-on-one though, not a group fight.
Fisticuffs. That's a good one.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good one.
You're deep in your thesaurus. Lead at first for Gonzalez, 2 down in the 4th. And a swing and a miss. Nice job by Adam Simber. 3rd strikeout for him since coming in. We played 4. Rockies have a 5-0 lead. Top of the 5th inning. It's time now for our San Diego fans of the game.
Very nice. Enjoying a beautiful day here in Denver. Wearing the Padre colors. Representing. Love it.
Antonio Zenzatella back on the mound again here. Ready to work in the 5th, work the 4th inning, and Story Spangenberg to lead it off. Spangenberg grounded into a fielder's choice in the 2nd, 0 for 1. Padres have been held to just 2 hits today, being out hit by the Rockies 8-2. Ball 3-0. Ron Marquez, before being ejected from this game, went the first 3. Only 1 hit allowed, no runs, no walks, struck out 4. Won't be part of the decision. There's a strike, 3-1. On on the ground, couple of hops to first base, handled by McMahon. He'll flip to the covering pitcher, Zenzatella, for the first out here of the 5th inning. So Spangenberg go for 2 today. That'll bring up Austin Hedges for the first time on the afternoon. Well, Austin thought he had the day off, but A.J. Ellis ejected as part of the brawl here today.
Always got to be on red alert, though, right?
Yes.
Especially in the catching position.
Who do you think would be the emergency catcher if the Padres needed one?
Matt Caesar.
Hedges to right, sending Gonzalez back onto the warning track to make the catch in front of the wall. Hedges gives it a ride to deep right, but Carlos Gonzalez back there to make the grab.
Staying inside that pitch nicely, and as an outfielder here, you can see him kind of drifting back. He's familiar with right field, feeling the track. Going from grass, where it's soft, to potato chips, eggshells, the feeling of the track underneath your feet, indicating that the wall is nearby.
2 down, and Adam Simber batting for himself, indicating he's going to be staying in this game. Takes the high strike at 96. That's a pitch that Rockies pitching getting in this game from Ryan Gorman.
When you have a good fastball, 95, 96, I think that's a very effective pitch. We've seen that. That seems to be like in vogue the last couple years of baseball.
Simber strikes out. The Padres are down in order in the 5th. We're halfway through. Rockies have a 5-0 lead. By the Padres started this as Arenado charges the mound. He would be ejected. Perdomo, A.J. Ellis, Parra, who comes in late, ejected as well. And Marquez, you see there in the middle of your screen, also ejected. 2 Padres, 3 Rockies ejected as Arenado headed to the clubhouse. But then the Rockies came out swinging. Walters on this base hit that gets by Cordero with the bases loaded. They would score 3 runs. Walters would end up at third base. A 5-run bottom of the 3rd inning for the Rockies, and that is the score here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The starters both ejected from the game, and a very good start for Marquez. 3 innings giving up no runs, just 1 hit. And Perdomo did not allow a run in his 2 innings. But no, neither one part of the decision today. Right now, Buddy Bauman is on the hook. He allowed 5 runs, 2 earned though, because the Padres made 2 key errors in that inning defensively.
That's just what I was going to say, leading to those 5 runs in the 3rd, and we know how quickly the lead can change. That's why Adam Simber and the rest of the bullpen crew for San Diego's got to hold these Rockies. They proved it in Houston. They've been pitching very, very well. Continue that trend.
Ryan McMahon's been aboard twice today, a single and a walk. Had been 0 for 13 on the season for his single and a walk. As far as the Padres ejections go, first career ejection for Perdomo, second career ejection for A.J. Ellis, and the first time that he had been ejected since May 29th of 2015. Just outside. Hedges trying to bring it back into the strike zone.
You know, A.J. Ellis, he's that guy to me who's a gamer. I want that guy. If I was a pitcher, I'd love to throw to that guy. Nothing against Austin Hedges. Would love to throw to Austin Hedges. But as far as just being in control back there, sticking up for your players, trying to protect your pitcher, that's the kind of guy you want, right? That's his role. That's what he needs, and that's what he's done throughout his career.
Man reaches out and fouls it off down the left field line.
You know, Arenado went out there so quickly, and AJ, you know, he's trying to get Arenado to get him in a bear hug from behind to try to get him away from Perdomo. You know, nobody wants to get hurt here, but my gosh, you know, when fists start flying and knees start hitting guys and shoulders going here and big time scrum, things can happen. You want to try to avoid injury.
Man strikes out. That's 4 Ks now for Adam Simber. Pitching very well since coming in here. 1 down. Brings up Tony Walters. Bounced into the 6-4-3 double play in the second. Had credit for a single his last time up. Now grounds 1 to short, and Freddie Galvis 2 down here in the 5th. Pat Valika coming up, took over in this spot in the order and singled in the 3rd inning. Picked up an RBI. Bats with 2 down, bases empty. And a grounder to Galvis again. Freddie's been busy today. His throw in time to get Valika, and to end the 5th inning. To the 6th we go. 5-0 Rockies. All right, thanks very much, guys, as we play along here to the 6th inning. And the top of the order for the Padres coming up, Franchy Cordero, 0 for 2. Cordero grounding out to second base in the 1st, struck out looking in the 3rd. Cordero called up today and coming off the DL, being reinstated. Groin injury that took place the last week of spring training after a very good spring training for Cordero. Antonio Sensatella with pitch 29.
There's that high fastball you're talking about, Don. Trying to have him fish for it.
He's featured quite a few.
Yeah. He likes to backdoor that breaking ball too, Sensatella.
Fly ball headed out towards deep center field. Back goes Tauchman at the wall, and that ball is gone into the forest in center field. Franchy Cordero with a home run gets the Padres on the board. That's got to feel good for Cordero. He had struck out earlier, and then the big error out there in center field defensively, but as a home run here, it's our Arco top tier play.
With 2 strikes, Sensatella tries to spin one up there. He wants it down and in. It's down the heart of the plate. As soon as that ball was struck, that sound, that kid is some kind of strong there.
Well, Freddie Galvis retired for the 1st out here.
That kid has got so much upside. It's worth another look. Out of the hand, little breaking ball.
It really didn't do much, did it?
No, cement mixer. Did you ever see a cement mixer going down the freeway?
Yes.
See how it kind of like just rolls?
Yes.
And it doesn't do anything else?
One down here in the 6th inning. Franchy Cordero, his 1st home run. Eric Hosmer 0 for 2.
You know, it's an amazing thing, this game of baseball. You know, everyday Joe Schmo who's driving on the freeway, they see a cement mixer. Oh, he's going to go pour some concrete. Every pitcher in Major League Baseball that sees one, I guarantee you they think of the hanging slider. Guaranteed.
Hosmer has grounded out and struck out. 7 strikeouts in the game for Rockies pitching. And a liner to left field. That's a fair ball. Over to play it is Desmond on the backhand. He'll fire back into the infield. Hosmer is thinking too, and he'll get there standing. A double with 1 down in the 6th inning for Eric Hosmer.
It can change quickly. We know that. Base runners, big hits. And Hosmer, we talk about the high fastball from Sensatella. He gets on top of that one. That's a line shot to the left side. And, you know, in this outfield, there's a lot of room there. You can see that Ian Desmond's trying to get rid of that ball. He's got a long way to run, and Eric Hosmer knows that. He cruises in with a stand-up double.
So 1 out. Hosmer at second base brings up Perella.
Anytime you hit a ball to the right or left of an outfielder here, out of the box, you got to think 2.
Desmond did everything he could do. He got rid of it quickly, but didn't get a lot on it. And Mayhew had to come off the bag to retrieve the throw.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, as a hitter, you hit a ball that makes the outfielder go to right or left, you can go a third of the way around first base to second base to challenge him and still have enough time to get back to first base if you don't want to take 2. That's how big the outfield is.
Sensatella falling behind 2-0, so a visit here from Walters. Action in the pen now for the Rockies. Russin is up. Chris Russin, the left-hander. Sensatella has been in this game since the beginning of the 4th inning. He took over for Herman Marcus, who is the grounder towards third base. On the run is Valleca. His throw is late, and beating it out is Perella. Infield hit for Jose Perella, his 2nd hit of the day. Hosmer takes third.
See Valleca really playing back far. That's why you really got to pick him up, put him down, and get down that line. Great effort by Perella. Great effort. He realizes, I got to go. Just a long way to go for Valleca. And it pays off. Runners at the corners.
1 down, and Carlos Suaje coming up. Suaje has grounded out to second and struck out swinging. Snap throw to first, and back to the bag is Perella. Got to use Suaje as a screen.
Yeah, I like that play. Especially with that door closed, as you mentioned, the left-handed hitter. Sometimes runner at first base will get a little lax. Oh, a huge opportunity for San Diego right here.
40th pitch for Sensatella. And that high strike call right at the top of the zone. And Gorman, hearing it from the Padres dugout, kind of looked in that direction. Too high that time and in. Eric Hosmer at third, Jose Perella at first. Run in on the home run by Franchi Cordero. Started the 6th inning. Foul to the screen, and it'll leave it at 2-2. Game 13 of the year for the Padres coming into this 3rd and final game of the series against the Rockies, and last game of the road trip. Padres will be headed home after the ball game today. Giants will be waiting for them. Still good tickets available tomorrow night. Hope you'll join us at Petco Park. 2-2 inside for ball 3. 4-game series against the Giants coming up. And through the Dodgers. The Padres head back out on the road, and amazingly, back here to Coors Field.
Yeah.
Next trip.
Let's see if Andy Green sends the runner here.
There's ball 4, and that will load the bases. So Sensatella has pitched himself into some trouble here in the 6th inning after the home run by Cordero. And you got Hunter Renfroe coming up. He represents the tying run now at the plate. They are in, as you would say, slam range. Here comes Buddy Black. Chris Russin has been warming in the pen.
You know, Buddy ran out there, and usually when he's going to make a pitching change, you know, managers will walk, kind of take their time a little bit. This looks like he just wants everybody to be on the same page and telling Sensatella what to do here. That's what it looks like to me.
Brian Gorman has arrived on the scene, the home plate umpire.
This is a pep talk. Look, fist to the chest right there. Go get him.
Bases loaded, 1 out, a run in. Hunter Renfroe coming up.
Remember high fastballs from Sensatella? Hunter Renfroe, that could be right in his wheelhouse, thinking right center field, right field, hit the opposite field home run.
2 grand slams to his credit in his career, 400 average. With the bases loaded for Renfroe. Takes strike 1.
You can almost smell that first pitch breaking ball coming.
In the air, down the left field line. Blakey giving chase, but it's well back into the seats and out of play. Bases loaded for the Padres. 1 down here in the 6th inning. Hosmer at third, Perella at second, Suaje at first, 1 down.
Got a strike while that iron is hot. Big hit right here.
Renfroe chops one to third. Valleca will go to second base for 1. On to first, not in time, and a run will score. Hosmer in the back door from third gives the Padres their 2nd run. Tough play at third base. Valleca had the hop up into the chest area, able to go to get a Suaje at second base. But Renfroe beats it out at first. Run in. 5-2 now, Rockies.
Yeah, this ball kind of ate him up a little bit on the second hop. Valleca backs up. And you know, quite frankly, he does a nice job getting rid of that baseball to get that runner at second base. And as a hitter, Hunter knows that I've got to get going. I have got to get down quickly to keep this inning alive. And he does just that.
Sensatella badly wanted that double play, doesn't get it. Still work to do here. Corey Spangenberg checks in on the left side. Perella at third, Renfroe at first. Spangenberg taking a rip. That get through?
That ball sneaked through the netting and the plexiglass there.
I think so. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right down the exitway. Bunt bid, it gets away. From third base comes Perella. The throw will get away. Run will score, and it's a 2-run game. Well, that gets through Walters, and Perella breaks right away, aggressively coming in. Ball gets away, and it's now 5-3 Rockies.
That's why it's so important. Secondary lead at third base. Here's the pitch. Corey Spangenberg there directing traffic. Perella can see daylight between the catcher, and he slides in, and Sensatella, you know, he's right there in front of home plate. That's a clean slide right there by Jose Perella.
Pass ball charged to Tony Walters. Allows Perella to score. Renfroe into scoring position now at second base. Ball and a strike to Corey Spangenberg. 0-for-2 today. And now down to the count, 1-2.
Ooh, that's a good way to blow out an ankle, but that's a very clean slide going right for home plate on part of Jose Perella.
.50 pitches for Sensatella since coming into this game. And Spangenberg strikes out to end the inning. But the Padres get 3 runs back, and it all starts on a solo shot by Franchi Cordero. Had 3 home runs last year, his first of this season, to straightaway center. Padres right back in it. It's 5-3 Colorado.
App to your mobile device and select Fox Sports San Diego. Don't miss any of the action while you're on the go with Fox Sports Go, presented by T-Mobile.
Adam Simber back out there again. Why not? He has pitched tremendously coming in from the pen. Top of the order, DJ LeMahieu leading it off and taking strike 1. 2 2/3 so far from Simber. Shutout pitching. He has struck out 4, walked 1. Top of the Rockies order. Fly ball, right center field. Cordero moving back towards the wall. It's going to be off the wall. Cordero's throw towards second base with LeMahieu into second with a double that starts the bottom of the 6th inning. Off the wall out there in right center field above the 375 marker.
Well, that's the way they play him defensively, right? He just happens to get a little bit more oomph on this one, and it looks like that ball comes off the fencing and hits Franchi, and it keeps it within reach to where he can show off that arm. I mean, that's an easy double, but look at that, on the fly to Freddie Galvis at second base.
So LeMahieu at second base. Tony Sensatella batting for himself here. They're asking him to bunt, pretty sure.
Yep. And as a pitcher, you want to bunt down the third baseline. You want to bring in Corey Spangenberg.
And he gets it down. Over is Hosmer. Covering at first is Suaje. And the sacrifice complete. 3-4 on the sacrifice. That gets LeMahieu to third base. So nice job there by Sensatella. And it'll bring up Ian Desmond. Desmond coming into the game in the 3rd after Arenado was ejected for charging the mound. And now Gorman is going to head over and talk to Andy Green. Apparently a double switch coming up here. So Adam Simber, that's the first out here of the 6th inning. Looks like Spangenberg coming off, or he's on the move, one or the other. Double switch, 5-3 Rockies. Go Giants. Hope you join us at Petco Park. Chris Stratton on the mound for the Giants, 0-1 with a 4.35 earned run average. And Brian Mitchell, 0-1 with a 4.22 ERA going for the Padres. It started 6:30 on Fox Sports San Diego. And the new pitcher Phil Maton coming in here. The runner at third, infield in. And delivers strike 1 to Ian Desmond.
Well, Phil's numbers, this being his 3rd game, he's pitched to a 1.35 ERA in 6 all-time appearances against the Rockies. 10 strikeouts to go along with that. Trying to work a grounder. A strikeout would be the ultimate here. Trying to get in the fist or down at the end of the bat to get a weak grounder to that pulled in infield. Keep that runner at third base.
Falls behind here, 2-1. Adam Simber left after 3 innings, still responsible for LeMahieu's at third base. Part of the double switch has Chase Headley in the game. At third base now, Spangenberg coming out. And that one almost hit him. 3-1. That was a breaking ball.
Yeah, that one spun up there, didn't get the release point. You can see Phil, as soon as he threw that one, kind of looking at his fingers.
Fouled off to our right, out of play.
Can get very dry here. Grip on the baseball.
Payoff pitch to Desmond. Runner at third, 1 down. And he stays alive, fouling it back to the screen. So Perdomo going the first 2 innings before being ejected in the first batter of the third, throwing behind Arenado. Buddy Bauman at third. Adam Simber 3, and now Phil Maton in. And Desmond skies one to center field. Franchi Cordero moving back and under to make the catch. Plenty deep enough for LeMahieu to tag and score the 6th Rockies run of the day. 6-3 Colorado. Sac fly for Ian Desmond.
Well, every hitter has a purpose, the intent. And this is a situation we talk about all the time where a hitter doesn't have to do too much, right? Fewer than 2 outs. Runner on third base, just elevate something to the outfield to get that run home.
So 2 down, bases empty now. To the ship go the Padres on the right side on Carlos Gonzalez. Been on 3 times, reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Single to center in the third, and then walked in the fourth. Six runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Rockies. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Padres. Fouled off to the left, 2-1. Beautiful day in Denver. Padres have already won this series, taking the first 2 games of the series. Gonzalez fouls it off to the left, out of play, and evens the count at 2-2. So Simber is charged with a run as Maton allowed the inherited runner to score. Bauman charged with 5, 2 earned. Simber charged with a run in his 3 innings of work. Two coming up to Cargo. And a swing and a miss. Maton strikes him out to end the inning. The Rockies do pick up a run, take a 6-3 lead to the 7th. In the side and the ribs, bruised ribs. He went to the hospital after a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in the ribs. Scott Oberg hit him last night. Today, the starter, Marquez, hits Hunter Renfroe on the back of the hand. Wrist area, may have gotten both. And then the next inning, Perdomo throws behind Arenado, who charges the mound and starts this brawl in Denver today. 5 ejections altogether, 2 for the Padres. A.J. Ellis, their catcher, along with Perdomo. Marquez, Parra, and Arenado are each tossed from this game for the Rockies, and this pitch is inside. New pitcher is Adam Ottavino, facing Austin Hedges to begin things here in the 7th. There are the ejections. 3 for the Rockies, 2 for the Padres. Ottavino, the third arm used for Bud Black in the game. And the strike in there to even the count at 1-1.
Ottavino is tied first among all relievers with 14 strikeouts entering this game, which is his 7th. Very good numbers, only 1 walk.
Grounder by the mound towards short. Trevor Story around the bag at second. His throw is in time, and Austin Hedges retired 6-3. Antonio Senzatella ended up going 3 innings of relief. He would allow 4 hits and a total of 3 runs, including the home run by Franchy Cordero. Walked a batter and struck out 4. And is the pitcher of record right now with the Rockies on top 6-3. Here is Chase Headley as part of the double switch. And he fouls it off over by the on deck circle.
You know, during your game summary, Don, we saw the fracas.
Yes.
And I was
fracas?
Fracas. You say tomato, I say grapefruit. I focused on Gerardo Parra.
You did?
He came in throwing.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he was throwing left and right.
I did not see him.
Well, he's hard not to miss because he's got the dyed hair.
Yeah.
And he comes in and he just dives right in and he starts throwing Jack Johnson and Timothy O'Leary's right.
Yeah. Well, that's why he got ejected, though. We were wondering about that because we didn't see him from our side of the pile. But he had to do something because you just don't get ejected.
Right.
I honestly didn't see what A.J. Ellis did, to be honest with you, though.
I couldn't either.
Headley took over at third in the double switch, and that's for the first time today. With 1 out, bases empty here in the 7th. Infield playing for Headley to pull with the shift on here. And he fouls it off right around the plate. Hangs at 2-2. They got a lot of baseball between these two teams left the rest of the year too.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you play a team 19 times and you're playing them as much as you do here in the month of April. I already seen them at Petco Park
10 times in April.
Yeah, we're here again on the next road trip. Let's see what, if anything, we see here in the upper left portion. A.J. Ellis being restrained here. I don't know if it's part of when they re-engaged at any point here that he came back into it, but not much. He did what he could to get to Arenado so he wouldn't get to Perdomo.
Yeah.
Arenado took off very quickly.
He did, and AJ's got all that gear on, right? He's got about 10 years on him too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Headley takes strike 3. First strikeout for Ottavino. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Well, with Franchy Cordero coming up, it's time now for our Coors Light refreshing finish. In his return to the major leagues, Franchy Cordero with a home run into the woods in center field. 3 home runs last year for Franchy, first of this year. And Margot going on the DL today after being hit in the ribs last night. Cordero in the lineup and in center field. 1 for 3 day today in his return. Grounded out in the first, struck out looking in the third, and then that home run came in the 6th inning to get the Padres on the board.
Breaking ball down out of the zone. Tough to lay off for Franchy.
And Arenado strikes out to end the inning. Ottavino with back-to-back Ks. 7th inning stretch, 6-3 Rockies. Back on the mound for the Padres. Now Trevor Story going to lead it off for Colorado. Maton got the final 2 outs of the 6th inning. Allowed an inherited runner to score on a sac fly off the bat of Ian Desmond. Story with 3 home runs in the young season. You see from Phil Maton.
I was just going to mention how he is following suit of the rest of the pitchers and the bullpen. Really the starters as well. Staying out of the heart of the plate, hitting the corners, getting ahead quickly. And I think Don, through time, I think he feels comfortable already, and not meaning that he feels comfortable that he doesn't need to get better. No, he's not going to be in awe of or have hitters at the big league level scare him off. He feels like he belongs now. And we've seen him in higher leverage situations. Sure, they trail by 3, but still, you got to hold that deficit, especially in this ballpark. Nice.
Swing and a miss, and Trevor Story strikes out. Second strikeout for Maton since coming into the game. Who's hot in Major League Baseball starting the season? Well, Didi Gregorius is 3 home runs. Bryce Harper about 6 home runs. Max Scherzer picking up where he left off last year. 20 innings, a 0.90 ERA. Mookie Betts, a 4.32 average. A couple of home runs. And how about Familia? Right now for the Mets and what has been a great start for New York.
Mickey Callaway leading the troops there in the blue and orange. 9-1. They've won 7 in a row going into today.
Bit of a surprise, wouldn't you say?
I would say so, yeah.
Like Tauchman, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt today.
It's early though, Donnie.
Very early. Game 13 of the year for your Padres.
A handful of players early on in the season who are hot, and one gentleman who's always hot, Don Orsillo. Stay hot, Donnie. Just look at you. I mean, what's not to love? Seriously. That's a lot of sexy going on right there.
To right field. Renfroe coming in and over now to make the catch for out number 2.
This is what I'm talking about. This location of the pitch. Effectively pitching in. See on contact there? Tries to bring the hands in. Easy fly ball to right.
4 in a row retired by Phil Maton. 2 down in the 7th for Ryan McMahon.
Little cut fastball. If I had to do it all over again, Donnie, cut fastball would be in my arsenal.
So you'd move around on the rubber.
Yep.
And you would add a cut fastball to what you were throwing.
And I'd throw a splitter too.
Wow, a lot of things you would have done differently.
But I'm fine with it.
You're not bitter?
It's a struggle each and every day.
It's funny because you're bringing up a lot. Strike 3 call.
Thanks,
nice
God.
job. Phil Maton. 3 strikeouts at a 1-2-3-7, 6-3 Colorado. All right, Mike, thanks very much. As we play along here to the 8th inning back in Denver, Padres have work to do, trailing by 3 runs. It'll be Galvis, Hosmer, and Perella coming up.
It is time to battle. here in Denver with the bats and the gloves, as Jake McGee will now be on the hill for the Rockies. His 6th game, good numbers early on, really good splits, lefties and righties alike for the veteran left-hander.
First appearance of the series for Jake McGee. Takes over for Adam Ottavino, who had a 1-2-3 7th inning with 2 strikeouts. Freddie Galvis 0 for 3 today, leading it off here in the top half of the 8th. Galvis struck out in the 1st, again in the 3rd for popping out in the 6th inning. Ball and a strike to the Padres shortstop. He jumps ahead 1-2. One-time closer for the Tampa Bay Rays. And close some games here in Colorado as well.
That's the luxury for Bud Black, is it not?
Yeah. And a couple guys down there that can get the job done.
And we say it all the time, how sometimes the save is in the 7th or the 8th. He got 3 runs here, right? 6-3. This in somewhat situation is a save.
Had 3 saves for the Rockies last year, 15 the year before that, and 19 saves in Tampa Bay in 2014. Wild swing and a miss for Galvis on a pitch down and away. 1 down in the 8th. First strikeout for Jake McGee. That is the 11th strikeout today for Rockies pitching.
Oh, the breaking ball expanded the strike zone in the dirt. A nice job by Tony Walters smothering that one. Picking it.
1 down in the 8th, and it brings up Eric Hosmer. He's grounded out, struck out last time up, doubled and scored. Padres were trailing 5-0 when they scored 3 times in the 6th inning to get back within 2, but then the Rockies would answer in the bottom of the 6th inning with a sac fly. They have their 3-run lead back. In the air to left center field for Hosmer. Back goes Tauchman at the wall. That ball is gone. Eric Hosmer hits his first home run in a Padres uniform. Opposite field out to left center field. And the Padres now back within 2 at 6-4 Rockies.
Padres need big hits. They need base runners. They need big hits again. And this 1-0 fastball taken the opposite way. I would say that's one of the plays of the game, right?
It's the Bill Howe play of the game.
Thank you very much. Eric Hosmer knows how.
Now Jose Perella with 1 out after the home run by Hosmer. Two-hit day today for Perella after 3 hit days back to back. Now he sends one down the right field line headed towards the corner, and that's going to be a foul ball. Not a lot of foul ground down there, but he found it. Eric Hosmer getting his first home run for the Padres. And getting the Padres a little closer here. With 1 out in the 8th, 1-1. And Perella takes strike 2. 93 and on the corner that time. Fly ball popped up shallow right. From second base comes LeMahieu to make the catch for out number 2.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Eric Hosmer's home run is his second hit of the day, and Hosmer continues to lead all major league players in multi-hit games. That's now 8 multi-hit games for Eric Hosmer. 2 down here in the 8th, and it brings up Carlos Asuaje. Two down in the 8th, and 1-0 coming to Asuaje. Fly ball headed to left field, and Ian Desmond out there and left for the Rockies. He'll make the catch. It ends the inning. Eric Hosmer with a home run, his first in a Padres uniform, out towards left center field. It's the Padres within 2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Rockies on top 6-4 in Denver. (6-4) Rockies on top back in Denver, where Tony Walters, San Diego native and catcher, showing bunt. 1 for 3 in this game with a 2-run single in the 3rd. Slices it foul off to the left, out of play. Phil Maton still in the game for the Padres, has been since the 6th inning. Gone an inning and 2/3 so far and retired all 5 Rockies that he's faced in the game. The Padres with some timely hitting first couple games of this series. First 2 games of the series with 2-out hits. They had 14 2-out hits. Today, none. Win the first 2 games of the series, and today trails 6-4 here in the last of the 8th. Grounder up over the mound towards second base. Asuaje barehanded, throws in time. Nice play. Tony Walters retired 4-3. Asuaje racing in, charging in, making a nice play. 1 down.
That's a wonderful play by the Padres second baseman. Why? Because this is a high chopper, and he gets it on the hop just before it hits the ground there, and have to throw accurately. I mean, that's some serious momentum going towards the third base line and then throw across your body to Eric Hosmer. That's a big out. You want to try to eliminate base runners this late in the game, trailing only by 2.
1 down here in the 8th. Pat Valleca. 2 hits.
Phil Maton's got that breaking ball working nicely this afternoon.
Oh, 2. And a bounce in. Maton with 3 strikeouts since coming into this game. Padres pitching with 9 in the game.
You like slow motion?
I do.
You like super slow motion?
I do.
Well, let's take a look at Asuaje. The change-up grip.
Oh, yeah.
Over to first base, catching that cleanly, barehanded.
Deep in the palm.
Yeah. Deep in the palm of Carlos. Could be a song.
Swing and a miss, and Maton picks up his 4th K. Strikes out Valleca. 2 down here in the 8th.
Mentioned the breaking ball from Phil Maton, and you can see the glove of Austin Hedges. Yeah, he goes off the plate at 79. You got to protect. 2 strikes. That's tough to lay off.
So for Padres pitching, that is 8 in a row retired. 2 down in the 8th, and it brings up DJ LeMahieu. Strike 1. Well, a save situation here for the Rockies. They got their closer up in the pen right now. Wade Davis getting ready. Inside to LeMahieu. It's on his face. 7 batters, retired them all. 4 by way of the K. Foul back to our right, and that'll even up now at 2-2.
He's got to get that breaking ball down. Let's see if he goes back to that breaking ball, getting Pat Valaika down and away.
Two. And a swing and a miss. Strikes out DJ LeMahieu. Another 1-2-3 inning for Phil Maton. To the 9th we go. It's 6-4. Rockies on top. Back at Coors Field as we revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
First one was precise Perdomo. Here in Colorado, you really have to throw good quality strikes down to the zone. Well, 2 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs. He struck out 2, but was ejected after throwing at Nolan Arenado in the 3rd inning. And then more crisp play. Well, 2 miscues this afternoon led to a 5-run 3rd inning for the Colorado Rockies. And that's where we stand now, 6-4.
Closer for Colorado. Wade Davis into the game here to pitch tonight.
He recorded his first blown save of the season. That was Saturday against the Atlanta Braves. 4 out of 5. Pretty good splits. Lefties and righties alike. Padres trailing by 2. They need base runners.
Hunter Renfroe leading it off for the Padres. And hits a little bloop into shallow right. Out goes LeMahieu. In comes the right fielder, Carlos Gonzalez, on the run to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 9th.
Kind of pulled off that one a little bit, and with the wind swirling, better play for the incoming outfielder as DJ LeMahieu tried to bail out on that one to get out of his way. And he did.
Pitcher spot due and a pinch hitter in Christian Villanueva. With 1 out in the 9th inning. Davis operating at 95 miles an hour. Villanueva with 3 home runs, all of them coming in the same game. Grounder foul has Villanueva down 0-2.
Well, what a great job by Phil Maton.
Tremendous. Faces 8 batters, retires them all. 5 by way of the K. 5 of the 8 by way of the K.
Job well done, young man. Outstanding.
Villanueva strikes out. 2 down in the 9th inning. 12 strikeouts for Rockies pitching.
He just challenged him with the gas right there. Here it is. See how far you can hit it.
2 down in the 9th, and it brings up Austin Hedges. Came into the game after A.J. Ellis was ejected. Flied out to the warning track in the 5th, grounded out to short in the 7th. And swings and misses at strike 1. Fouled back, strike 2. Oh-2 pitch to Austin Hedges. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Rockies come away with the victory in the final game of the series. Padres win the series, but the Rockies able to take Game 3 today. They hold on to win 6-4. Padres Live is next. Mike Pomerantz, what's in store?